Hey guys, this is Jill and I have a new mixed media layout. Today I am using a cut file from Just Nick Studio, and I did alter this cut file a little bit. I took out some of the cut lines on the interior pieces, and if you look closely on the left side you can see I kind of messed up. But that's okay. I can cover it. That's the great thing about scrapbooking. You can just put an embellishment on top of your mistakes. So I used the Silhouette Studio to draw this cut file. Then I put down a layer of clear gesso over the entire page, and I am using some Shimmerz products to smush down inks and get a bunch of color going on the background. I used Chickadee is the yellow, Peachy Keen. I think the next color will be Pretty in Pink that I use. I used a whole bunch, and I'll be honest, I filmed this part of the process video several weeks ago, so I can't remember exactly. Okay, here's the Pretty in Pink. I love that color. I think it's one of my favorite Shimmerz products. I just used it again today, and yeah, it's a perfect pink. And looking at my layout, at the finished layout here beside me, I'm pretty sure that I used Osaken UC, and that might be the only other color. So off to the side, you'll see a bunch of papers. When I was making this layout, my intention was to use those papers to my left. So I got to stitching on this page. I ran out of black thread 2 times. I had to go to the store 2 different times to get more black floss, and got sick of stitching it. I started hating the page, was thinking this is a huge waste of my time. I don't know why I'm doing this. Completely forgot the papers I intended to use. And finally said, okay, I spent how much time creating that background, hand stitching that background. I'm going to make this page work. So, like I said, I started this a few weeks ago. It might have even been 3 weeks back. I don't really know. It's been a long time since I started this page. And yeah, I'm very happy with the end result. I did something different for me that I haven't done in a long time, and I used a 4x6 photo. So that was another thing that was making me a little stressed about things, is I've been working a lot with either 3x3 or 4x4 squares, or I like 3x4 photos a lot. And to put a 4x6 photo on my page, it just seemed giant. So, okay, I'm rambling and totally ignoring what I'm doing. I think this color is the Peachy Keen again, and I'm going back in and adding some dimension to the first layer that I put down. So once everything is dry, if you go back with the same colors and go over top, you'll get some really awesome dimension and depth in your colors by adding another layer. I also like to add flicks and that kind of stuff too. Okay, so getting back to the layout, I'm so distracted today. Here is the 4x6 photo that I chose. This is a photo from last summer, and honestly, I truly did not remember what my intentions were with this page. I didn't even remember what papers I wanted to use. So starting from scratch, essentially, with a completed background, made me have to scramble a little bit to figure out what I was going to do. I had some Fancy Pants Life is Beautiful collection. I ordered some of this, actually purchased it myself, and then I also had received some in a couple of different kits that I get every month. And I really like the alphas in this line because they're like dip dyed is what they look like. They're wood grain with like a color on them, either black or white. And I thought, okay, well that's going to go perfect then with what I've got going on here on the background. So I believe that the majority of the items I'm using actually came from Gossamer Blue, I believe June kits from 2016. So I love Fancy Pants because you get a gazillion tags in their tag packs, and I really wanted to use those. I'll be honest, I don't typically use nearly enough tags. When I open up one of those tag packs, I maybe use like 4. I'm really making an effort to get rid of my stuff in the sense that I want to kill my stash. I have a lot. I'll be honest. I have stuff I have hoarded for years, and I'm tired of it. I I love this. I'm not tired of the product. I'm tired of having it and not using it. So let me be clear on that. So I'm really making an effort. The Gossamer Blue kits, I am on their design team. I used to really hoard their stuff. Now I'm like, no way. Using it up. I'm going to live in the moment, make something that I like, get these photos scrapped. So that is my mission. That is why I went back to these June kits. Well, and plus I knew that this Life is Beautiful stuff would look good with the background. So using a couple of the flare badges from Fancy Pants, made little nests of thread for those. I used a light pink and a light blue. I didn't use light pink or light blue in the background, and you know what? I don't care. There's a lighter pink in some of the embellishments and some of the papers from Fancy Pants, and there's a light blue, and I used them even though they don't match the background. I don't care. I'm using my stuff and I'm making pages that I like. These little acrylic flowers, which are adorable and happen to be the exact same shape of the cut file that I drew on my page, those are Gossamer Blue exclusives. Those can only be found in the Gossamer Blue kits. So I had 3 of those, and I wanted to get those on the page as well. And the flare badges from Fancy Pants, I don't know why I don't ever use them up. So again, making an effort to really use my stuff. No more hoarding. Enough with the hoarding. Put it all on a page. Just make something crazy. Just use it. And then when you look back on it, you'll love it. So I debated adding some of the Fancy Pants puffy stickers from this collection and decided, you know what? I have a lot going on here. I've got the hand stitching, the ink smushing, mixed media stuff, a couple of tags, a big photo. I didn't really feel like I needed anything else, and I did something else unusual for me as of lately in that I didn't mat the photo at all. I just put it directly on the page. I felt like with that white border around it from when I printed it, it didn't really need a mat. And I had spent so many hours hand stitching that background, you better believe I wanted a lot of it to show. Except for the mistake, which you see I did cover. So I used my T-square to get the title on there, and then now that I'm looking at the layout as I'm recording this, I see that it's a little funky. The T's are a little weird or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The page is done. That's all that matters. And finally decided to add one of those little puffy stickers down at the bottom because I felt like there was a big chunk of white right there with no mixed media. And looking to add a couple little puffy sticker hearts and flowers. And I am pleased with the outcome of my page. I have to say, I'm glad I went ahead and used that background. I would have been mad at myself had I not, since I spent so much time on it. So sometimes you just got to walk away from a project and come back to it a few weeks later, and then you're happy with what you've got. Thanks for watching.